It's late, but you know what? It's still good. And you know what? Tonight's gonna be a joint episode.
It's Hockey Night in New England, presented by Berkshire Bank, the official bank of Nesson's Boston Bruins coverage. This original six matchup comes your way. Comes courtesy of GMC. We are professional grade.
Bruins fans, it is not to knock it out, because that is a 2-1 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs that me and my good friend Tanner Hume over here attended, and it was an experience, to say the absolute least. Welcome back to Into the Den, everybody. I'm your host, Andre Becks, and I mean, Tanner, what do you have to say about this game? First of all, because
it was just a fucking back and forth game, dude. Like, it was like both teams really fucking giving their all. Like, there's nothing bad that I can say about it. There's nothing bad that you can say about it. It was physical. It was hard fought. It was well earned.
It was the pinnacle of Bruins Leafs hockey.
Oh yeah.
I feel like honestly, this game more than in any other. Actually, no, not more than any other, because there was still that game in January that I'm still pointing to as the best regular season game I have ever seen ever. Sorry, there's still that game, but I feel like this game helped remind us why Bruins Leafs series always went to 7. Like, like it never felt like one team necessarily had got like too big of an went too hard.
Big of an advantage.
Yeah, it was. It definitely felt like each team had to capitalize heavily off of the other team's very few mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Like it felt like nothing was getting past just Ullmark or not Ullmark, Swayman or Samsonov tonight. Like, and I honestly kind of forgot that Samsonov was as good as he was. But hey, seeing him like, what is it, fifth in goals against average or save percentage? I forget which one it was.
I have no idea what the fifth. I think it's save percentage. I believe. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, so what is it? I just got the Steve Dangle notification. Game. What is it? He titled it "Feel Good Story" and the thumbnail. I am tripping over my words because today was definitely eventful.
Oh yeah. It was not so eventful.
Yeah, for reasons that we are likely not going to get into on this podcast. Other than the fact that I started today freaking driving back up from Long Island because I was down there for Passover, and oh boy, did I scream my throat myself hoarse. I do not know if I'm gonna even ever want to go to this 9 a.m. tomorrow. It is going to be hell on earth, I tell you.
Also known as Green Bay.
No, that's just called no. Hell on earth is Detroit. But entirely for the sports.
Hell on earth is Hell, Michigan.
You know, you're not wrong. I still remember the freaking Vine Sauce, the Vine Sauce video of Joel destroying Windows 8, and that's how I found out that Hell, Michigan exists. Yes.
Well,
put in your location Hell, I guess Michigan. Anyway, like first period, it definitely felt very, very even. Although the refs kind of botched it because
Oh, the refs are always terrible, no matter what.
Sucked. The refs sucked this game, but I mean, what else is new? But
exactly, what the fuck else is new? They're always gonna
that Greer fighting.
That was a cool ass fight.
That was a damn good fight. It was the first hockey fight I've ever seen in person. But oh my god, I do not understand how that dude got a 10-minute misconduct for that.
I have no idea how the hell he got a misconduct from that. Even I was saying, like,
he
how
got
the
the
fuck
instigator penalty after Grizzly got freaking boarded.
No, Steen got the instigator for whatever reason.
No.
Yeah, Steen was the one getting the penalty.
Greer got the penalty, but since Greer was getting the 10-game, why do I keep saying
misconduct?
10-minute misconduct penalty? Steen was the one in the box serving it for Greer.
But here's the thing though, would it show up as Greer's number?
Huh?
But what do they have shown up as Greer's actual jersey number?
Greer's number is 10.
Because, right, and it showed 62.
62
so
is
one thing. Well, I know that. I know who it is. It's Oscar Steen. It's like if Greer's the one that got that instigator, why have Steen's number show?
Because Steen was serving the instigator penalty for Greer, because Greer wasn't going to be able to play for the next 10 minutes anyway because he got the misconduct penalty.
Right. But no, the first period was like honestly the most physical, like in terms of like hard hitting, all that shit, hard hitting fights and all that shit. Like the first period can't really set the tone.
Yeah, first period was both teams coming out hard and neither team really getting anywhere. Second period was vintage Bruins second period, and that the Bruins fucking sucked in it. The Bruins could not make a quality zone entry. They fumbled every single power play opportunity they got. Thankfully, their penalty kill saved everything. But honestly, I forget who I heard this from, but I remember somebody talking about like why it's not a good idea to have why having a bad power play is why that's even more detrimental than one would think, because everybody thinks, oh, bad power play, you just don't score on goals, but that you just don't score on man advantage opportunities. But it also shows to other teams that like it's okay to push you around a little bit more. It's okay to give you more than what for, because they
unless if you watch what happened with Ottawa versus Florida.
Yeah, but what is it? I think honestly that's what helped contribute to just the sheer ferocity of the game of the series against Carolina last season. Was Carolina came in, realized that the Bruins sucked on power play, and they just absolutely rocked everybody's shit. It's why Lindholm got injured. It's why McAvoy got injured. So many unnecessary injuries because the Canes were doing everything they could to just beat the Bruins into the ground, because they knew that the Bruins weren't going to be able to score on the power play. That's what going 0 for 39 to start the month of April does.
Yep.
But there was also the Bruins completely breaking down on defense. Bertuzzi, you should have had Sam Lafferty on that. Lafferty gets a cross-ice pass and just taps it in, and the Leafs are up 1-0, halfway into the second period.
Go! So a complete breakdown on defense, and Sam Lafferty, nobody covering him. Nobody's covering him.
Slayer has a lead. Kuma.
It remained the only score in the second period, and the only score that the Leafs had all night. And we go into the third period. Third period, it's go. Bruins are still struggling to do really anything of note until Charlie Coyle gets a fantastic feed from Carlo. I honestly kind of forget how he got this feed from Carlo, but Coyle just snipes it through a defenseman's legs and past Samsonov, and that tied the game. And I have to say, this game also was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Samsonov was going freaking crazy. Like, dude, I have never
Samsonov was
seen
going crazy. Swayman was also going crazy. And additionally, I like how this game eliminated the big players. The Bruins defense did fantastic at just completely removing Matthews from the game. Matthews really didn't do anything in this one. And then,
right.
But the Leafs, they did a fantastic job at getting Marchand out of this game. And honestly, Marchand has honestly had one of the worst stretches I think I've seen this man have in his career. This is, I know I haven't really been following hockey intensely since, until COVID happened, but honestly, this is one of the worst. This is some of the worst hockey I've seen Marchand play. His hockey over the past few games.
Yeah, but each their own.
Yep. So we go to we go into the 4.150 final five. Both teams are still at each other's throats. It's like this game absolutely had the chippiness of a classic Bruins and Leafs matchup. This was very much a back and forth game in terms of hits as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, and then we get to overtime. And I remember the guy that's sitting next to me was like, the Leafs are gonna lose here because it's pretty early on. We got a penalty for the Leafs. The penalty was Morgan Riley going less than a minute in for hooking on Marchand. So not only is Riley in the box, but the Bruins have a 4-3 man advantage, and the guy sitting next to me is like, hey, this is where the Leafs lose it because it's 4-3, and I'm like, dude, have you seen the Bruins power play? It sucks. They can't even score on a 5-on-3. They can't even score on 5-on-3s nowadays. Can you? Do you really expect them to do the same on 4-on-3s? And lo and behold, Bruins fuck up the power play. They do not do anything on it. But they generate enough momentum to make the last goal possible. Well, David Pastrnak.
Absolute beautiful snipe!
With an absolute snipe, absolute beauty, right past Samsonov for his 57th goal of the season. And you know we want 60. We want 60. We want 60. And honestly, I couldn't have. This game was so fun. This is the first game I've been to since the second last game of last season.
Right.
And hey, the second to last season is when the second to last game of last season is when I got this beauty that you've seen in 61 times throughout this season. 61 freaking times.
Get the hug! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo!
And you will absolutely be seeing it at least 2 more times, because honestly, I really don't see us losing to the Flyers or the Habs. We can lose 3 out of our last 5 and still be fine, pretty much.
But
rather 2 out of our last 4. I mean,
they're gonna want to go for the record for
they're
points.
gonna want to go for the
now-
record. But honestly, I feel like with
Us-
this,
yeah.
the fact that the Bruins were able to do this without Hall and Foligno were I mean, Hall was back to practice earlier this week, but I know
Right.
Monty was. But I'm pretty sure Monty was like, yeah, we still want 1 or 2 more days of him in the incubator to make sure that he's really 100% for this. Is like
Right.
full, like just the fact that you're back in a full contact practice jersey does not mean that you're ready to be back in a full NHL game. But the fact that we were able to do this without him and Foligno, and also without Krejci, the fact that we were able to do this without a true second line center, and have Zacha as their second line center, and Zacha had a meh game. I don't think he played awful, but he absolutely has work to do. There, his line was getting absolutely caved. But
Oh yeah.
honestly, the fact that we were able to do this against this Leafs team, a Leafs team that just got Ryan O'Reilly back,
Yeah.
that's special. That's something special. And and Tanner, do you have any last minute notes for this?
I know it's with the overtime loss, the Leafs also clinched home ice against Tampa Bay.
Oh, since you gained at least 1 point in this one, you got home ice
Yeah,
advantage.
and, I believe lost to the Islanders, right?
Well, can't wait for you guys to lose in the first round still, but
That's it, right?
watch the Leafs aren't gonna the Leafs are gonna mix it up, and instead of a game 7, they're gonna lose in a game 6. I really want to know what Dangle's scream is going to be like with that. Instead of losing in game 1, in game 7, you lose in game 6.
Right.
But
Yeah.
either way, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.